I am well aware that I'm about to get into trouble with this video. That being said, let's get into it. The modern woman will tell you that they do not lie, when what they really mean is, I don't know what lying through omission even means. In my professional experience, here's the top lies that I've heard the modern woman use the most. He's just a friend. Yeah, and jail is just a room. That guy is the guy that she runs to when you piss her off. He's the guy that she talks to, that she unloads all her emotional burdens on. She takes the chaos that you can't handle and she'll push it off on this guy because he's more than willing to accept her attention and her validation in exchange, of course, for his validation. All he's waiting on is for you to slip up one night so he can slip into more than just her DMs. If your woman is spending quality time with one of her guy friends, it's a huge red flag, dude. Don't put up with that. And of course, if you ask her about it, she'll never admit that he's actually the backup option in case you fail, or let's be honest, when you fail, because every single time you disappoint her, he doesn't, because he doesn't have that much emotional weight. She can use him and control him, and that dynamic the entire time, she's losing control of you. So this guy's validation looks great because she can control that. So yeah, she's absolutely right. Right now, he's just a friend until you slip up. I've only been with a few guys. Unless, of course, you count the ones that she finishes with her mouth, or with her hands, or with her voice, or the ones that she trades pics with online, or, from her burner accounts. Then that number is much higher, isn't it? Now multiply all of those guys by about 3, and you might actually get the right number. So when she says she's only been with a few guys, she means that literally. Maybe the only actual act of sex. Sure, that number's only 30, but if you start counting all the guys that she's given a BJ to in the backseat of a car, that number goes way up. But she's not like other girls. I've never done this before. It's like, man, if it just slides in, she's done this before. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, bro. With you. That's the part that she leaves out, all right? She has no problem lying through omission. She doesn't even know what that means. She's gonna have to Google it. What she really means is she hasn't done this with you yet. She wants to make you feel like, I'm the perfect virgin flower. You get this part of me that no one else has, not the 19 other guys I told last month. Okay, maybe not last month. To be realistic, yeah, she probably has told a few guys that over the past year. That's a realistic number, man. Especially if she's like an emotional. And what I mean by an emotional is that there are these girls who will get into situationships. I know them personally, by the way, and they only last a few weeks, a few months at most. They aren't even worthy of being called a situationship. And she will already tell them that she's in love with them, that she's imagining their future together. I don't feel sorry for her or that guy. I feel sorry for the next guy that believes it. Here's one of my favorites. I don't usually do this. I've actually had girls tell me this when I took her hand, led her out of a pub into a dark alley, pulled her panties down. And what you need to remember is that she will break every single one of her rules for the man that she actually wants. And yeah, the problem is that man changes every couple of months. But hey, just wait your turn. And if you're wondering, why does she have all these rules for me? It's because you didn't even pass qualifications, bub. And this is the worst one in my opinion. I'm over my ex, but they still follow each other. They still message each other. They're not blocked on any platform. And every single time he uploads a new story to his Instagram, she watches it and binges it like it's some new season on Netflix. The cold truth is that you're just a placeholder until that man shows interest again. Then when he does, she's confused, needs space, or needs a break. And the average guy doesn't know what he's walking into, so he falls for it and says, I'll wait here as long as you want, so she can go off and screw him. And make no mistake, she is screwing his brains out for a couple weeks. Then he's going to piss her off again, and then she's going to come back to you to repair the emotional damage. And then, of course, in a few months or a year or two, whenever he shows interest again, she's going to do the exact same thing all over again. And by the way, I've been that side guy multiple times. I can tell you the nonsense that these women will tell their men while they are literally naked right next to me. I promise you, once you've been the side guy a couple times, it really opens your eyes to some of these women. I'm not ready for a relationship right now. Direct translation. I'm not over my ex, or I'm not into you. If the man she actually wanted showed up, you'd be the furthest thought from her head, and all of a sudden, her schedule would be wide open. She'd be very ready for a relationship then. Hell, she'd be the one to bring it up. She'd be the one asking him if he was actually ready to take her serious now. I was busy. Yes, busy ignoring you. The modern woman never leaves her phone. She saw the notification, bro. She just doesn't want you. It's really as simple as that. See, a lot of guys will come and watch videos like this or content like mine, and they're looking for the slightest signs, the slightest breadcrumbs that she might actually want them, that she might actually want them back or something like that. When truth be told, she just doesn't want them anymore. That's why she's not breadcrumbing you, looking at you, doing anything along your path. She doesn't want to be noticed by you. Again, if the man she actually wanted were to show up, he would have no problem understanding that she wanted him. It's as simple as that, bro. My ex was toxic. Translation: he didn't act the way Hollywood told me a man should act. This is the problem with women who don't have a good father figure. She has no idea what real masculinity looks like when it shows up. To her, that control, that leading looks toxic. You're not going to tell me what to do, because that's all feminism does. It feeds a woman's ego. It doesn't feed her femininity, which is why you see feminists look like, dress like, walk like, and talk like a man. And make no mistake, she wants a man that is willing to accept her no matter how much of a she is. That man is her father. It's not you. I'm over him. Sure, watch how fast she spirals when she sees her ex post a pic of him and another woman. The lips say healed. Her phone history, her browser history, her Instagram search history says very differently. And all of this is happening while she's lying in bed right next to you, bro. She's responding back like she's single, laying right next to him. That's a woman that doesn't get over anyone. That's a woman that keeps every single one of her options open. And for all the women who want to sit there and say, I don't do that, but they have all of their exes, or the vast majority of them, or the vast majority of their situationships still following them. They still follow them back. They still message them occasionally. Imagine being that guy who's dating a girl who is still following and talking to her ex situationships and boyfriends. And the worst of the worst will sit there with a straight face and tell you, oh, it was never a thing. It was never a situationship. I only told him I loved him as a friend. Sure you did. You just left out the friend part, you know. I only post for me. Gentlemen, a woman gets dressed up, makeup, heels, dress, all of that has nothing to do with her confidence or her sense of self-worth. It has to do with her getting attention from other men. That's it. I know this to be 100% true because there is not a woman alive that gets dressed up in the whole 9 yards, dress, heels, stockings, maybe even a choker, perfume, makeup, gets her hair done to sit inside and watch Netflix. Because I guarantee you, if she was actually doing those things for herself, there'd be no difference. Women would be doing that at least half the time that they were out doing it in public. But they don't, do they? They get dressed up in order to go out. They want that attention. They live for it. They crave it. And the women who can't even admit it to themselves are the most lost that we have ever had. Don't play yourself. If Instagram deleted the likes, the comments, and the DMs, every single picture of every single woman would disappear too. Validation is the real content. I'm focusing on healing while stirring up drama in 4 group chats, talking about 4 different men posting thirst traps publicly, or, just to their CF friends, which is the list of like 30, 40 guys at least, and labeling that as healing. Peace to her means not being held accountable so that she doesn't have to carry that emotional grief into her next situationship. I'm not looking for anything serious. Until a man she actually respects walks into the room. You will never convince a woman to be in a relationship with you because it's a logical solution to an emotional problem. You are trying to get her to feel something for you, and you're never going to do that logically. That's why trying to convince a woman to be in a serious relationship with you is a bad idea. That's why I teach men you don't bring up any sort of relationship talk. That is all on her. When she's ready to go exclusive, to make this thing real, to post you publicly, whatever it is, she will bring it up. And like I said, that man is going to walk into the room. He's going to walk into her life one day. And then suddenly, she's ready to settle down with rules that you never even qualified for. I'm not mad. She is. She just wants to see if you're smart enough to notice. If you don't, the punishment is going to be emotional and it's going to be delayed. It's going to come out in ways that you would never even dream of, seemingly out of nowhere, days, weeks, and even months from now. Along that same line, I'm over it means nothing. She isn't. She's just repressing it until the next argument so that she can bring it back up, weaponized all over again, twice as sharp. Here's a sneaky one. I respect you too much to lie, or I would never lie to you. So instead, she withholds the truth because, again, she has no clue what lying through omission even means. She will let you assume whatever you need to believe in order to move past this. So if you ask her, "Who were you with last night?" and she gets all defensive and starts asking you questions like, "Why do you think I was with someone? What do you think I was doing?" She's not even answering your question. She's deflecting it like a professional lawyer. She's trying to get you to the point to where you are too emotionally exhausted to follow down this path anymore. And as long as you assume anything but the truth, she's okay with that. Silence is her cleanest weapon. I told him I had a boyfriend. She didn't. What she actually said was, "I'm not looking right now." She's leaving that door cracked, and that's not honesty, it's strategy. I hate games. She doesn't. She loves chaos. Don't ever think a woman doesn't actually love games. What she hates is losing. Because the second that you start acting weak, she's going to start playing some games of her own. Her games look more like, "I wonder what my ex is up to," or "I wonder if that cute cashier wants my Instagram." See, when she's winning, she calls it flirting. Men, let me put you on some game. One of the sexiest things about you is the ability to see through her games. If she can fool you, she will lose respect for you. If she cannot fool you with any of her games and you know how to play them, you will become even more attractive in her eyes. So don't fall for any of these. And don't forget, in the bio of this video, I do have my link if you want to schedule something with me, if you want to take what you're going through seriously, get your ex back, get some mental health, get some clarity about you, let me know. Either way, little bro, you've got this, and I've got you. I'll see you in the next one.